Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Today, hopefully make it to the catacombs. Oh, whoops. Used to play my mage there. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I did go back and repair everything. Oh well. I don't feel like doing that again, so I guess I'm not going to town to repair. Well, that's pretty lucky, but I'm not gonna whip out my bow for that. I should probably keep track of what my level progression is like, because this is right in the tough area to level. So, I guess I'll start next level. I'll just see how much one complete level gives me in XP.
I can't get there from here.
It's actually kind of fortunate that that boss has lightning damage because, well, he has about the same chance to hit me no matter where he stands. So I never really have to be worried about blocking him. Oh, he actually takes fire damage. I'm always kind of surprised when undead bosses do that because they're a lot stronger because they're like the boss, but at the same time they gain a key weakness. There's a boss of the Skeleton King, Sargul, I think. One of the Death Knight bosses is on 21 or 22. You can stone curse him, but you can't stone curse his minions, so it's actually pretty nice, because in the crypt you don't have any walls to work with. So when your buddy hunkers down in the corner and you stone curse, you know, his biggest threat, it's a huge help for him. Oh man. Maybe I'll go the other way, make some more room.
Not enough mana.
I guess better yet, it tells you what they're immune to from the get-go in the Hell 2. The Hell 1 you had to just kind of guess, or you know, go off memorization of the enemies, but
I can't get there from here. we got some lucky crits there. That's a big save. I half panicked there because I was low health, and I half panicked there because, well, I actually survived a trap fireball in Doom mode. You see gladiators with like 950 health go down in one shot.
Had to be close. I want to finish the level before I have to go back to town and repair everything. I was talking to a new player, and he brought up that he found Inferno and that it was a pretty strong spell. And I don't really know if he was talking out his ass, or if, you know, maybe at lower levels it is very strong, but when I gave it a try in endgame, it was a very, very bad skill. It's like Fire Blast gives you all the range in the world, gives you AoE, which Firebolt doesn't give you, and it just does flat out more damage. So I really couldn't see a point in, you know, Inferno and what it was made for. Like, on paper it's a good idea. If you make the risk to getting close to someone, you do more damage. But I think it's just, it's kind of hard to balance. But after hearing him say that, you know, it's a pretty decent spell, I wondered, you know, maybe it got fixed, or just like got a rough tinker. I'll have to try my mage, but pretty sure that it didn't get changed. Probably would have been in the news. It was definitely on the hit list of things that needed to be done. I guess it doesn't need to be done. There's still, like, Hydra, like a lot of fire options, but in a lot of games they just seem to have like one spell is the best spell in like 90% of scenarios, so.
Hello, good friend. Hello, good friend.
Oh, whoops. Oh boy. Yeah, I really could have handled that better. I should have been using Firewall. be cool if Snot Spell was in this level. I'm pretty sure that the Helm is pretty bad in Doom, but if it had 3 DFE in Purgatory, it probably has at least 5 DFE in Doom, with a handful of other effects, so it might give me at least another option while I'm fighting. Those guys did not warrant the firewall, I don't think. Wait, did I actually lose aggro with a boss? I was pretty sure those were minions. I guess I just imagined that it was a boss. $23,000 XP. I'm pretty sure that's what I was getting in the Crypt on Doom, in the Hell one, if I remember right.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
There we go. Yeah, that wall spell, jeez. Well, they all take fire damage, so I guess I should use this Rune of Blaze while I'm here.
Not enough mana.
This guy still hasn't killed himself? Like, come on. Man. They have so much health in Doom, it doesn't work at all. Waiting for the reflect damage to kick in. If he can't make it by, then... Well, so much for that rune. Whatever happened to it. I'm just gonna run really far away. I don't know if he's gonna hold my aggro that whole time. Well, I don't think they will, at least, so that's the plan. Alright, well, I was playing with death there. I didn't think he'd do 78 damage, but he did. Alright, yeah, so it doesn't show that I have a... Yeah. Okay, so Runa Blaze just doesn't work. So that's alright. I'm not sure if they followed me last time. Gotta keep an eye out for them. Oh. Alright, there we go. Oh, only one of them followed. Okay, that's nice. I feel like I'm gonna have to invest heavily into my Thorns damage and kind of make a choice what I want my primary damage to be. Be it, you know, my single hand weapon damage, which probably would be better at this point, just to go with double swords. Actually, I might give it a try just to see if it, like, where it stands. I mean, I do want to play the Iron Maiden like it was, I don't want to say meant to be played, but, you know, the opportunity that has arisen that wouldn't have otherwise been given. Oh, yeah. That's some serious damage difference. Oh my god. Yeah, like, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but that it's a little bit unsafe. I have to play like I normally do, but unless I'm in a corner, I can't really justify using that shield. It's just, it's really much better. I'll stick with it for now, but it definitely means that I need an upgrade. That's pretty good. Earned 29 dex. Alright. So I can reach that, no problem. I do need some vitality though. I think that would be... it'd be fair to let go of this spell if that were the case. I mean... what does this have? 19 plus 27 versus 6. Alright. Yeah, that's a big jump. But this way I don't have to keep around a situational belt. It can really just be down to, you know, if I'm fighting a boss, I probably want the extra AC. Oh, more of them. Oh yeah, that was dumb. Definitely need a firewall. I guess when I compare the shield and the sword to the double sword, there's a couple things I'm not really taking into account. One of them being that I have a much higher chance to cast healing while I have the shield on. You know, less chance to be stunned with the DFE, more AC so I won't get hit in the first place. All those things will add up. But I think what the main issue is that I have two really amazing swords, like really good for like the level I'm at, and then I just have, you know, one decent Thorns Apex. Like my helm doesn't have any additional thorn damage on it, so, and I don't know if you can even get. Well, actually, that is pretty good roll. I'd say this is about equivalent to like this sword in terms of shield. That's a pretty good drop. It's not on a like terrific base, but I mean, it's still pretty good. Whereas this is like another awesome blue item. This one doesn't even give me any thorns bonus, so I think that's the main difference. Just difference of what I've found so far, not really the playstyle.
Not enough mana.
Well, honestly, this doesn't seem that bad. Like, I've cleared out 2 bosses. And it's probably about a quarter of the level size, but, you know, give or take just a little bit, and I've still gotten probably 15%. So this really doesn't seem as bad as I thought it used to be. Should have thought about this a little bit more. The only way I can get health potion, or I mean mana now, is to use a full rejuvenation, which is just a pretty big loss of utility if I'm going to use them for mana potions, so I have to pretty much give up some battles where I won't start with Fury because of that mistake. really not something I'd thought of at the time. When I look at potions, I just think to myself, you know, use the smaller ones first, and if you need the big ones, save them for a boss fight, but... it seems like there's more to it than that. Keep trying to look at my bonus to XP. Where is it? I guess... Oh, okay, it's at the bottom. Alright, so there's nothing giving me a bonus. It's just flat good experience here, I think. I guess I also need to take into account that as you level, things are going to give you less experience as you go. So a lot of the times when I looked at the experience gained, I didn't know that your level really mattered. I just thought, you know, this flat enemy gives you flat experience. And it just, you need so much more experience to level each level. I thought that was the difference. Like, you could do normal, and I thought, okay, well, it'll eventually, like, you could still do it and get, like, good experience, but it looks like that's not the case. It's just you could eventually get one experience, and I'm guessing later on, well, I shouldn't say that either, because I'm pretty sure my friend, like, he was doing church runs for a while at level 46 or something. He was still getting experience. I mean, it's not quite as efficient. I think the most efficient way we found was to do hell levels. Lazarus level, there was tons of bosses, and it was fairly easy to take care of. I wouldn't say that it's, like, you know, simple, but a systematic way of just walling it off with firewalls, lightning walls. It just seemed to be a good place for experience. That and caves. Caves because it's so open.
I have no room.
I mean, if you were someone with terrific gear, maybe you could justify going hive and lower, but I found that it just slowed us down. Even when we did have our, like, endgame, like, suits on, it just seemed like with that much power you can go and just clean house on, like, hell levels. And that speed alone carries you through. Not necessarily the amount of XP per kill.
We'll be invincible.
Ah, that's a cool voice line. I didn't really know what that voice line was from, but I mean, cool nonetheless. Oh, this is dynamite. It's the good stuff kids go for. Corners like these. Just in time good. Wow, that was pretty good. Honestly, it felt way harder fighting them individually.
Not enough mana.
I'm a banana. Forgot you can't click where the name is, you have to click where the actual item is. Ooh. That's some serious damage. It's like, ooh. Yeah. Well, 1.5 times is good on both ends. 93 strength. All of them take fire damage. That's good. Bam. Oh, what is that? That's amazing. Holy shit. Perfect strength roll with a high resist all. I'm pretty sure that resist all, like, unless you get a cursed affix, is gonna be stuck at 18% max. But to get a perfect strength roll with that, that is awesome. Now for this class in particular, I'm not sure. I mean, I know stats are not quite as important in the Hell 2, but I mean, I feel like they're still going to be somewhat prevalent, especially for niche builds when, you know, your stats become more defined based on your subclass and less about just your basic class. What do I want to do here? Man, I might just back up my files, email them to myself, just because of that drop. I'd usually do that when I go on like a big brigade for like set items and stuff, or you know, like once I found Joker's Beak, I mailed myself my sales files. I didn't want to lose that big time. Oh, ring from a chest. lots of rares from chess. Alright, that was pretty dumb. I thought maybe I'd be able to regenerate one hit before I started the fight. Okay, he takes lightning damage. That's good. I'm boned. It's one of those bosses. I want to walk all the way back to the great spot, but I mean... Alright. See you, pal. Dang it. Oh, I do have that quest. That's good. Actually, in the time I waited for the mana, I could have just walked around. That was really silly. Keep forgetting about this fast walk. Oh, see you again, pal. Okay, so even bile demons, which spawn on level 5 to 8, I guess it's kind of unlucky for you if they spawn on level 5, but they often do. And it's like 28,000 experience, so 0.3. But I haven't found a cauldron yet on this level, or I think the last one, or any of these levels, matter of fact, so... I think that's the main difference, and that's why I'm gonna have to just stay in catacombs. You know what, it's not worth it. Not worth the helmet breaking. Boy, that's a lot of them. Wow. Hit demons only give me 0.27 as well. That's a lot of damage.
I can't open this yet.
You know, I just kind of had an epiphany to myself. Really foolish of me to not think about this, but the DFE that's built in on items counts towards, obviously, the DFE that my mage will have endgame. And I didn't think of any DFE base items when I was calculating, you know, my previous build. But with that in mind, I could either be an extremely tanky mage, or I could be just a standard mage, probably with just my gear. Just my base gear would probably have, like, I don't know, maybe negative 20. It's hard to say, right? Because I don't have, like, the end of the end game gear. But I assume that it would be at least, like, negative 20. So even if I just save my chest piece for DFE, I would be set. I might have to rethink my whole perk system. I guess I could build one mage like that and one mage less tanky and
What ails you, my friend?
more offensive based.
Hello, good friend.
I don't really know what I expected to find there.
Hello, good friend.
Greetings! The village needs your help, good master. I have a strange... Greetings, good master. Welcome to the tavern...
Oh yeah, I'm a goof. open this up first. Duh.
Oh, we didn't have to bring back my sign, but
Hello, my friend.
Ooh, -8 DFE. It's better than I anticipated, but there is no DFE on the base item itself, so I'm honestly kind of surprised that the attributes on this aren't tinkered a little bit. I mean, it's not like, you know, it should be crazy high, but I'd imagine that people would just plop this on their like level 1 character and go to town. It's still kind of minimal HP. The HP and mana I'm almost just gonna not even count. XP gained it seems decent, but I mean I'll just discount that in the gold for utility purposes. And really it's just stuck with 14 armor class, which is just like this. 8 DFE, this has 4 DFE, and resist all 7. Yeah, honestly, it's not much of an option. I had this feeling I'm definitely gonna outgrow this soon. I should. I guess I'll sell it.
Greetings!
It's not even worth that much. Oh well.
Not enough mana.
Oh, whoops. I think the champions really help make this quest in both ways, both with the pit demons to get the chest. And also for these gremlins and stuff. When you have champions in the mix, it just makes it seem all that much more impactful than having, you know, just a bunch of swarms of enemies. Who are these for? I guess they're just generic gloves, but the AC is getting really high on these. I mean, it's pretty much just like having these ones. Just from the AC alone. So all I'm going to have to do is find one with a decent prefix for lightning, and I should be able to replace them. Actually thinking about this quest in Doom mode, I know that this is a classic quest, so it's probably a hot topic, you know. A lot of people don't like you touching the original file, or the original quests, or something along those lines. I think it could benefit on Doom mode. Maybe not Purgatory, but on Doom mode. I think that the wall should open up. At least so that there's a wall on 2 different angles. So I just mean, you wouldn't want like a wall right here and a wall, like say right here, just because then if you use a firewall, you're basically doing the same thing as having just one doorway. But if you had, you know, a wall, or I mean, a doorway here, that would, you know, make you run away. And naturally, where would you run away? You'd probably want to run away into this room. So to make the quest more interesting, again, you could just plop a hole here, or maybe even plop a hole here too, just so that you're never really defended. And I mean, if you want to get fancy, actually I don't know about this one. Can you fit behind those staircases? If that makes it a 1v2, then that might need to be adjusted too. But let's see. Okay, that's one. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that would reward classes who have teleport. If they really wanted to, they could teleport to this spot and have, like, you know, 1 versus 2. Not that it's a terribly difficult quest, but just so that it could, like, you know, be kicked up to the difficulty that other quests in Doom are. And I mean, Chamber of Bone has been changed quite a bit from the original game. For the better, I mean, obviously I think, but, you know, so even that purist argument of where you want to keep the old quests exactly the same, I'd say it's probably worth it to just cut some holes in the wall. I don't know how difficult that is, though. Like, I always think of these ideas and, you know, I have no idea what coding's like, so. Oh, there we go. It took us
I've
about an
never
hour,
been
but
here before.
we made it. Yeah, that wasn't bad either. I got about 43%, and that was level 3.5. Ooh, only 0.10 experience. Very poor. Okay. I seen the hole in the wall, so I was pretty sure that that's how it would work. It would go to where you should be when you open the chest.
Now where would I put this?
Okay, I have found that before. Ooh, Thorn Mail, though. I have not found this before, I don't think. 16 to 20. Okay, so the same, pretty much. The armor class is about the same. DFE is higher. I will give it that. And it has Thorns damage, so that's good. It'll be tough to beat this piece, though. And it's 2 solid rolls, and only 1 in 6 items turns out to be, you know, a double statted blue item, the prefix and a suffix. That's roughly what I found. It's a good boss killer for now, though. Well, naturally, though, they will be much better later on. I probably shouldn't keep it. Well, anyway, that about wraps it up for today's episode. Catch you guys next time.